Wowee. Okay. Well, this episode was definitely. Whew. Okay. Let's talk about this. There's not really much to talk about, other than the big part of the episode, which I was surprised they were going to get into. But it's hard to remember the rest of the episode after what just happened. Uh, I forgot how the episode started. Honestly. Shit, how did the episode start? It started off with them talking about All for One. And then we started talking. Okay, so somebody decided to, or somebody with electric quirks that kind of like Denki, breaks into the UA. I don't know. Breaks into UA and electrocutes the circuits to make UA start falling. And then we cut to a tornado, which I didn't know that it was that powerful. I should have assumed. It's, first off, it's anime. Second, like, they're overpowered as fuck, so their punch would or their attacks would cause a tornado. But anyway, so yeah, there's a tornado. Deku and Shigaraki are in the middle of that, and duking it out. And then here's the main part of the episode, which had me speechless. Like, I didn't even notice that I stopped speaking because I was so invested. But we finally got the conclusion to Dabi and Endeavor's story. Surprisingly, nobody died. Yeah, I warned you about spoilers, so. But anyway, so we find out that, well, first off, Dabi's fire is so freaking hot that even Endeavor's burning. And the whole point of Endeavor wanting to essentially breed. That's what he's trying to do. Breed. He's trying to breed with Rei. The whole point of that is to make a kid who is immune to fire, but also immune to heat. But here's the thing that confuses me, is that Toya, what are we calling him now? I don't know, but I'm gonna keep calling him Dabi because that's how I know him. But what confuses me is that how is Dabi not obliterated? Like, this fire even burns Endeavor, which the whole point of Endeavor is that to make the kid immune to fire. So that makes me think that Dabi is essentially more powerful than anyone. Or that makes me think that Dabi is like immune or something to anything, like immortal. Like, the amount of damage that this man has endured, how is he just not? I know that he's numb to the pain because essentially, he got burnt to death. So it's like, so that makes me think that, like, since he died because of fire, does that mean he's, like, immortal to fire? Because, like, a lot of the shit that his fire caused an explosion and he's still alive somehow. Like, how is he not in ashes right now? So I'm thinking that Toya is literally the perfect child. He just needed to bake a little bit longer. Like I think what we're missing, what a lot of people miss about Dobby, is that um he is Endeavor's perfect child. But people always think that even though his flames hurt him, even though his flames hurt him, he still Endeavor's ideal child, which is not the case. I think that he is immune to flames. He just needed to grow even more to get that immunity. Anyway, so people start finding out that Dobby can explode, and then eventually Ray, not Natsuki, Natsu and Fuyumi, they eventually hear about this, and then Ray goes into mom mode and starts running towards Endeavor and Dobby, and she starts trying to cool them down with the ice quirk. Ray, which I honestly didn't think that Ray was going to get hurt in any way. I didn't think any of the Todoroki family, other than Endeavor and Dobby, I didn't think any of them were going to get burned. But Ray, Natsu, and Fuyumi, all three of them start getting burnt while trying to cool down Dobby. And then Shoto is on the back of Ida. Sorry, it's taking me a while. Is on the back of Ida so that they can get there faster. And yeah. Yeah, so they can get there faster. And then Shoto eventually gets to Dobby and cools them down. Cools Endeavor and Dobby down. So then it can contain the explosion and not kill either of them. And then they're both on the ground. Endeavor and Dobby are on the ground. So then we get the not really so heartfelt moment where Dobby's like saying, "Die, scum, dad," and like, "I hate this family," which, like, fair, you know, fair thing to say, you know. Not gonna blame him for that one. Like, you know, he's far gone. But I'm happy he's not dead. That has hope. That makes me hope that he can be redeemed, because I do think that Dobby can be redeemed. But will he look the same? I think that Eri would reverse Dobby back to him with no scars. Yeah. So anyway, so Endeavor crawls to Toya saying, "I'm sorry." Then he goes on a tangent about how he's sorry about the other family, which, like, yeah, you should apologize to the rest of the family, but it's Toya's time. Like, I feel like Toya's trauma, like, whenever Toya's trauma is looped in with the rest of the family, it's pushed onto the back burner, which is not fair, because none of the other family has died because of Endeavor's neglect. Like, he apologizes to Natsu for neglecting him. Bitch, you actually interacted with Natsu. You never interacted with Toya. You only interacted with him when he seeked out interacting with you. How are you gonna sit there and in front of Toya say, "Oh, I'm sorry for neglecting you"? Where's my apology for you neglecting me, you bastard? Like, it just furthers my sympathy and empathy for Toya, because it's not fair that he gets like one little apology, like, "I'm sorry." Like, that's all Endeavor says is, "I'm sorry," but the rest of the family actively gets a whole speech. I mean, yeah, he did eventually apologize for not going to the peak. Bitch, that's yeah, you should apologize for that. You should also apologize for literally creating Dobby. You should apologize for so much more than not going to somewhere. Because, oh my god, dude. I loved the episode, though. I loved that we finally got the conclusion. Just a little disappointed that Endeavor somehow still fucked up his apology. Like, you have so much more to apologize for with Dobby. It's not even funny. Did he even apologize to Shoto? I don't think he apologized to Shoto. What the hell, dude? Endeavor, what the fuck, dude? But yeah, a beautiful ending. I honestly hope that if we do get an after series, that like we get a series about the future of MHA. I really do hope that Dobby gets a future, because he deserves it. The question that I have is that, like, again, I'm going into this territory. I'm going into the territory that no MHA fan should ever want to go. But, I mean, a lot of MHA fans want to go. Could Dobby have kids after this? I don't think so. Because, like, if he burned to the point that he's a skeleton, then wouldn't his bodily functions also? I should not be asking these questions. But it's just a curious thing, because I'm making a comic book. And I will eventually share this comic book. And it's a comic book about the aftermath of MHA. Admittedly, I did start the comic book like a couple of episodes into season 7. So the series might end a completely different way than what I think. But so far, it's mainly talking about Deku no Chaco's kid. A lot of people are gonna get mad. Fuck you. I'm sorry, but it's literally been confirmed that Deku and Ochako like each other. So tough. Suck it. Cry about it. I made a comic book about their kid, but it also focuses on Dobby's kid. And Dobby's kid is like the main villain of everything, because I genuinely think that Dobby should have been the main villain, and Todoroki should have been the main hero. Anyway, so yeah, I made this entire comic because of the idea if that Dobby or Toya could reproduce after the events, but I don't think so, man. I don't think so. Hopefully, he gets repaired. But This episode, (9.5 out of 10). It's not a 10 out of 10, mainly because it wasn't as emotional as I would have hoped. I would have expected a lot more from Endeavor apologizing for his actions, because he only apologized for like one thing, one for each, when you should be apologizing for a lot more, dude. A lot more. Because Dobby is a broken character. Like, he's beyond broken, dude. So, you apologizing for that one thing probably would not fix anything. He probably wouldn't even feel anything from that. But, anyway. 9 out of 10. This episode was amazing. Loved it. Emotional. Not as emotional, but, you know, I already said that. Sorry. But, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.